Hi everyone. So Venus went retrograde, went direct last night, and I want to speak to the energy of this. In general, when any planet moves direct, it's an opening up of that energy. That there is now the beginning of movement, where we can sort of to integrate the lessons and the reflections that took place during the retrograde period. This doesn't mean that there's absolute clarity and certainty of direction, but it's the beginning, it's the opening. In this case, this particular Venus direct, we have to understand it in context. When it went retrograde about 40 days ago, it was squaring Neptune. Since then, Neptune has gone retrograde. And Venus and Neptune are still going to square each other once more. A big theme of this Venus retrograde period has been the confusion of valuing the world and one another and our beliefs about each other, our beliefs about ourselves from limited perspective, trying to create some kind of mental cohesion with the limited information we have. We don't know everything about everyone. We don't know everything about our beloved. We don't know everything about what each relationship is for. We can easily commodify and sort of oversimplify things by picking certain facts, certain information, certain things that are said, certain things that are spoken, that are done, certain impressions, and trying to crystallize an organized construct in our mind. That's it. This is what it is, this is where we're going, this is what you are, and this is what you're not. We suffer when we do that. We suffer big time when we do that. And I feel the confusion of this time period has very much been pointing us back to the unreliability of our own minds. And the security impulse to want certainty, right? To want to say, okay, Venus's tendency is laziness. Venus's tendency is to want to simplify everything and, keep everything peaceful and easy. But that often means kind of living in a mindset of avoidance. Not really listening, not really embracing the complexity of one another, of the whole conversation, of all that is to share. It's easier to say, well, you're bad. I already understand you, or I already decided we can't do this together, or, it's so easy to come to these conclusions because we have a story in our mind that really validates and proves this to each other. And so Venus rules the heart chakra, and so just the heart can shut down because we already know. We're just so certain. So Venus moving direct, really appreciating that Neptune is now retrograde and they're going to square each other once more. This is the beginning of movement. And what I would say this says is be open-minded and be open in your heart, please. Be gentle and spacious. Create a little wedge for that. Because there is for certain more to share, more to talk about. More perspectives, more information, more things about one another that we didn't know. We don't have to know how all the pieces fit together, but if we just are open to the exchange of communication. And what is it? It's the exchange of feelings, right? How do I feel? What are my needs? What are my values? Can we do this without laying any kind of shame or blame or separation on one another? Can we just sort of lay the facts forward? Present all the things that are here, all of our thoughts, all of our considerations. It doesn't have to be organized. Gemini doesn't need to be organized. But if we try to organize it, it's like stepping into a library and trying to put all the books in order according to some construct of order, size or how many page numbers they have. It's like we're attempting to order our life according to these values of logic that we're inventing. Consider that most of us aren't really happy. Most of us aren't really joyful like most of the time. Some of us are. I'm working on it. I'm really working on it. Oh. But just consider that, right? But what we do instead is we decide, well, I can't be joyful because fill in the blank. And we basically have a logical framework in our mind that says why we have to suffer. We're so committed to it. We're committed to it. And we basically tell everyone else where they are, what they are, and why they're spot in life is also one of total deprivation and joylessness, and how it's just this world of disharmony. You know, to really enjoy one another, to really relish in another's joy is to feel open to it within our own self, to feel curious about what's going on, to see everything as, how is peace and wellness and joy blossoming from this, even if it's like a moment of non-peace, of non-restfulness, of non-joy, of confusion, but to kind of keep ourselves curious. What's wanting to be seen here? I don't have all the information. There's another thing. Let me feel it. Let me dance with it. Let me just kind of connect with this larger picture that I haven't quite figured out. So Venus moving direct says, 1, talk, share, right? Say the thing. Just express your feelings. Do it curiously. Do it because you have nothing to gain, you got nothing to lose. 2, in not needing to have it all organized and figured out, there's more space, there's more freedom to just do things, right? Read that book, teach that class, try this new thing. Like, you know, Venus moving direct in Gemini really invites this quality of diversity, of experience, right? And it doesn't have to be, you don't have to know where it's going. Considering that we're still in the Mercury retrograde period, when Mercury, which rules Venus in Gemini, moves direct, obviously we'll see more of this crystallizing and coming into more clarity and insight. But, you know, my prayer, my blessing for us is, let's stay in peace. Let's stay clear and not try to control outcome, not try to know what is. A teacher of mine said recently, the only thing we can really know is our Creator. Everything else we can't know, and we won't want to know. And just to think about how profound that is. The only thing we can really know is truth, is love. Nothing else can be known because nothing else is real. And if love animates our vision, then we'll see everything according to what it really is, which is it's a mind blower. It's far beyond what we try to possess it to be. It's far beyond what we try to possess ourselves to be. Our freedom and our peace is so accessible. It's so what we are here for, and what we're really being asked upon right now, what life is inviting and sort of so gently holding for us, is to bring our attention to the only thing that we can know, and to just be in the experience. Let truth animate life and our vision and our knowledge and show us more. Let it bring perspective and clarity, to hold everything loosely, to hold our knowledge loosely, to hold our ideas loosely, and just let it unfold, let it unravel. And, you know, may we stay in peace. My blessing that we stay in peace, stay open, that our hearts are nourished, and that we stay curious. We stay open and curious.